my streaming adventure, boys. Never beat this game, but I'm here to hopefully beat it now. Either that or like die horribly over and over again, but you know, I'm that'll be a learning experience. All right, we'll find out. We'll see what happens. Hopefully I'll be able to play with a friend at some point, but not sure if they'll be installing the game as well. Let me just hop on to YouTube. Check and see if my stream is of the existing existence. Is of the existing persuasion. There we are. Okay, let's see. Is of the existing persuasion. Okay, we seem to be good. My voice is a wee bit raspy, but I'm a wee bit sick as well, so it's not that big a deal. I'm sure it'll be okay. Okay. Alright, I think we're all settled here. Who do I want to play? I kind of want to play Fane. I think I'm going to play Fane. Any objections, chat? I didn't think so. Okay. Rogue. Lone Wolf. Contrary to what it looks like, I have actually no idea how to make builds. Alright. It's time, chatters.
It all happened like I knew it would. A single drop of source magic. And, like flies to honey, the monsters swarmed. The rebel panicked. The carnage began. And the magisters pointed their fingers at me. Just as I'd planned. I was shackled and collared, and sent to Fort Joy. I'd come here to kill Godwoken. But instead, I became part of their story.
Lore moment. Honestly, I really like this game. You know, Baldur's Gate 3 just came out. I own that game. I've played it. Nearly beaten it. I'm just waiting for a friend to continue playing, because that's when I play it, but...
So, still a bit groggy, are we? Don't worry. The sedative will wear off soon enough.
Never really thought to stream that. So I'm not streaming that. I'm streaming this instead because I liked Baldur's Gate so much that I wanted to go back and play this game again. And honestly, I'm kind of glad I did because, I mean, I did like a little mock run before the stream last night. It was it was really really awesome. I remember playing this game way long ago. It was great, and it's just as good today. And honestly, I still think I prefer this speech bubble thingy over Baldur's Gate. Baldur's Gate does it amazingly. It's awesome. They do put so much hard work into that, and the facial features are exquisite. But this, I still just really think I like this more. You know, I don't know what it is about it. It just looks cool. I don't know.
Easy now. No need to hurry. Get your bearings and report to me upstairs.
Right. Then we're gonna talk to the skeleton here.
Well now, aren't you a curious sight? If I'd had a mask to hide my bones as well as yours, maybe I'd still be walking around today. Where'd you get it? There can't be many curios like that in the world.
Boast that you crafted it yourself using a tool to rip the faces off from mortal creatures. That's the one I always pick.
And your face? You ripped that from them too.
No.
I've never heard such silken tones from a naked skull.
Nope. Just a bit of a parlor trick.
Ha! Should have known it was a parlor gimmick.
See, that's what I said.
Still, you'd best keep that mask on. The living don't take kindly to seeing their future staring back at them.
Something has changed. You are you, but more. You are another, but not. You look to your hands, your belly, your feet. Flesh you don't know, molded into unfamiliar shapes. You cradle your aching head, where another's memories and wisdoms mix with your own. Your fingers trace a line from your head to your face, feeling not the creases of the mask, but the porous surface of new skin. You lower your arm, blink twice, and step forward in this new guise.
Indeed. I'm gonna walk this direction. Got a sheep over here. Kind of doesn't really do a whole lot of anything, but it's a sheep. Get that key. Sometimes there's gold in these. Move that. I think a piece of bread will work.
Triggered something.
Yep. Free food.
You there. Come here.
I am. Do not worry.
Before you can even touch the lever, you hear a sniff and snort behind you as the snoring magister mumbles himself awake. One bloodshot eye opens, and then another.
Is my shift over? You here to relieve me? Wait, you're no magister. You're a sorcerer. What are you doing here, filthy scrounger? Choose your words carefully. My fists ache to meet a new face.
Laugh and tell him one of the guards on the upper deck fell overboard. He should check it out.
Those idiots can't even walk straight without mucking it up. Was it Rick's? I bet it was Rick's. Can't just leave the prisoner alone, though. I heard he might be the one causing trouble upstairs. What in the... A collared sauce freak thinks he can hoodwink a red? Damn fool. I should have known there'd be trouble.
Too much AP. Oops. Fireball. I wasn't inside the oil, so it didn't deal as much damage to me. And gone.
The prisoner's gaze finds the sunken hollows that once held your eyes. He speaks not with gratitude, but with gleeful malevolence.
Ah, freedom tastes better than wine.
True.
And I can set you free in return. Say your prayers while you've breath to speak them, lad. The halls await.
Indeed. Anyways. Bye. Well, actually, wait. I want that. Okay. Stop it. Leave me alone. I can run significantly further than you can. Oh, wow. I forgot I was on fire. Come hither. Oh, am I out of combat by just running far enough? Oh, I guess so. Interesting. Let's go heal. Need to make sure he's still following me. Oh. What happened? Oh yeah, right. We did destroy this door. Hello.
Good thing I needn't worry about splinters.
Come hither. Perish as you've always known you would. And I should just straight up win with full HP this whole time. So I should just heal all of it back immediately. Yep. I'm just better than him. It's just that easy. Just going to keep punching him until he's dead. That critical hit did 1 damage. Wow. Oh. Let me just oh, it's blood now. Oh well. There we go. Forgot that just kind of happened. Just completely covers up all the poison. Wild.
Into the dark with you. What would he have to gain by killing me? Strange forces are at work.
There we are. Just loot absolutely everything. I can sit in this if I wanted to, which is very weird. I don't know why I would ever do that, but I can, so. These healing potions are completely useless for me. I cannot heal because I'm a skeleton. And there we are. I went all the way around. Okay. Back to the beginning I go. Only one way to go, and that's up. Yes.
Why, you're looking a bit more chipper. Yes. Looks like that collar fits you snugly enough.
F5.
Nice bit of work, even if I do say so myself.
Thanks for the gold. Thanks for the pants. Thanks for the beer, and the wheel cheese, and the mushroom, and everything. Bye.
There you are.
Oh.
Not too tight, I hope. The collar, I mean. Oh, not to worry. Every dog has to get used to its leash. In the meantime, your next stop
Sure.
will be Magister William. All passengers have to be registered in the ship's manifest, and he's the chap in charge of the logs.
Mm-hmm.
You'll find him on the other side of this deck, in the officers' quarters.
So you had a long black dream about a ship sailing the river of the dead, but you're not dead, are you?
No. You're alive, and you're having a conversation. You are on a ship, of course, but luckily for us both, we're merely sailing the plain old sea.
Index fingers pressed to her lips, she pauses a moment to give you a scrutinizing gander.
My word, you do seem a bit befuddled, don't you? Perhaps I was a bit too generous with that sedative. Oh, well, I'm sure you'll soon gather your wits. Most likely. Eventually. In the meantime, all you need to know is that we're en route to Fort Joy. A new life awaits, and if you're a particularly good boy, perhaps a cure as well. An end to Sauce. For good.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Good gods, there's been a murder here.
Oh. There you go.
It was one of them. I know it.
Would you put a knuckle in it? I'm trying to concentrate.
We'll go ahead and do a little fun dialogue.
Ah, there you are. Husband. Would you please tell this very charming gaggle of not at all brat-like babes that I am by no accounts this Losa woman, nor do I sing, in fact. I'm deathly allergical.
Play along and take her arm with a grin. Tell the children they must be mistaken.
How very correct you are, spouse of mine. Madame Josephine Gribbles de Peeb refuses to be confused with anyone else. What? What's so funny?
Her pinched face cracks into a great grin, and she shoos the children away from her with a laugh.
Yeah, okay, you found me out. Go on and git, and maybe I'll sing you something when I'm good and ready.
She turns to you, dark-eyed and dirty-haired, and smiles flatly.
Gotta keep ourselves entertained, haven't we?
Say that's true enough. Shake her hand. Losa, you presume?
You presume right.
Ask if she knows anything about the murder that happened on board.
Nope. Trying not to find anything out either. Ignorance is bliss. The utterer, the better.
Tell her she ought to have a look around with you. You can watch the others' backs.
Thanks, but I already belong to an elite and exclusive ship gang. We play ball every day after lunch. You're too soft for it. You take
gotta
care,
hurt.
though.
Suddenly, her eyes cloud to an unnatural black. Greyish veins run down her face, and her mouth tightens into a cruel sneer. As quickly as they came, the clouds clear. She smiles as though no change came over her.
Good luck, Chief.
Mad? No. Insufferable.
A broad dwarf sits totally upright on the bench, eyes closed, palms face up on his knees. His beard is a cascade of meticulous plaits, each one braided through with golden medallions. He raises an eyebrow as you approach, but doesn't open his eyes.
Listen up, boy. You hear that?
Ask what you're meant to be hearing.
The ship, of course.
Quiet and listen to the sounds of the ship.
A wave of sound washes over you. The unintelligible chatter of your shipmates, the groaning of wood from floor to ceiling, the boom, crash and crackle of waves around you, complaints from the sea itself.
And
Tell him the ship is moaning like a sick man.
sick as a leper's cat. From the state of it, I'd say she's being cared for by a bunch of beardless babes who never loved anyone but their own mums. But there's more. Listen close.
Close your eyes and let the ambient sounds of the ship fade away.
There now, just like that.
Squeak!
Aha!
His eyes snap open as his countenance breaks into an expression of joy. One great paw claps you on the back, the other catches you before you lose your footing.
There. You heard it, didn't you? I knew it. I knew it. Aye, this is good news, boy. Good news.
Nod. You heard it. What's it supposed to be?
It's the wheel. The wheel. Don't you see, you beautiful idiot? Squeaks whenever the helmsman jerks it clockwise, which means we're heading east. Burn my beard. That means if we've been travelling for, yes, only 10.34 nautical miles to Fort Joy.
Tell him he shouldn't be talking like that about such a magnificent beard.
Ah, so you've eyes as well as ears, eh? You'll go far, mate, even here.
Ask why he's so excited about reaching Fort Joy. You haven't heard anything good about that place.
No indeed, boy. But that ain't my final destination.
The dwarf leans back from the table and strokes his beard, gold medallions jingling merrily. His eyes roll over to you.
Got this wolf on a leash now.
As soon as the Inquisitor gets here, we'll hang you right over the side of this ship with it.
That'll be all. Thank you kindly, boy.
Ask what you must. I've nothing to hide.
Cock an eyebrow. If he's hatching an escape plan, you want in.
He continues stroking his beard, a beatific smile on his lips, and doesn't acknowledge you anymore.
Well, well, what have we here? A fresh face in this stale hell. Let's size you up, shall we? See if you'll do.
The lizard looks you up and down, like a farmer would a fetching horse. All of a sudden, he grips you firmly by the chin, with the intent of inspecting your teeth.
Humor him. Let's see where this leads.
There's some discoloration, but I've seen worse. After all, one can't expect to find prime merchandise on a squalid little ship like this. Now then, to business. You will answer me 3 questions. The first one is this. Can you cook?
Fane. Tell him it's been an eternity since you've tried.
In which case, I take it your cuisine is limited to the introduction of eggs to hot water. How disappointing. On to the second question. Can you knit, weave? In short, tailor?
Most certainly. Tell him given a sheet of satin, you can make a bum look like a baron.
Oh, but to feel the caress of satin on my scarlet skin once more. A most satisfactory answer indeed. On then to my final query. Have you the ability to administer the upkeep of one's personal appearance? The delicate art of cosmetics is what I'm after.
Oh, easily, all the time. So you most certainly have personal pride. You're no stranger to combs, powders, and perfumes.
The very basics, then. I suppose that's a start. So, 3 questions asked, 3 questions answered. Let's evaluate, shall we? As per your own testimony, you can tailor and groom, but you have the taste buds of a dung beetle. Still, beggars can't be choosers. So without further ado, I offer you my sincerest congratulations. As of now, you are my slave.
Stare at him blankly. He thinks you're his what now?
My slave, of course. Oh, but I see. Yes, I suppose it must take some time for the full extent of this honor to sink in. Anyway, you may leave me for a moment. We'll go over your duties once we reach Fort Joy. Now shoo!
Oh, I spun way too much there.
A scruffy man lounges against the wall with scarred arms folded. A sly smile playing on his face, he stares across at the Magister guarding him. Noticing you, he straightens and beckons for you to come closer.
Watch your back, new fish. There's a murderer on board, and I'd bet 3 months' pay it's this tramp Ifan.
Rolling his eyes at the Magister's warning, the man named Ifan beckons again. He leans in and adjusts your collar with a sharp tug, balancing its weight so it no longer presses unpleasantly on your neck. He winks.
Pinches less that way, right?
Hocking a phlegmy gobbet in your general direction, the sullen Magister settles back to his task of glowering at Ifan. And now, you.
Ask Ifan why the Magister suspects him of the murder.
We used to know each other, more's the pity. I was his commander many, many, many moons ago. Isn't that right, Vic?
Standing far back from Ifan, the tight-faced Magister draws one finger across his throat in an elaborate fashion, but says nothing. Ifan grins, flashing pointed white teeth.
Same as he was at 14 years old. Only difference is somebody gave him a bigger sword and now he's Johnny Big Pants.
Ask Ifan what he did to find himself at the mercy of a subordinate.
Long story. Maybe I'll tell you about it in the Joy. Away from interested parties.
Say that you're still curious about the murder. Did he do it?
No. The dead man, Finn, is it? I'd no business with him. And I wouldn't put a man down without good reason.
He glances over at Magister Victor, who's staring back at him with pointed intensity.
Damn shame sheer annoyance isn't reason enough.
Ask Ifan if he knows anything about where you're headed. Fort Joy.
The Joy? I've heard a lot. Nothing good. No surprise there, since Bishop Alexander runs the show. Wonder if we'll get to meet the ringmaster himself.
So you'd like to meet Alexander. You show him exactly what you think of his bloody divine order.
Easy now. I might think the same. But Vic here will blow a blood vessel if he hears you talking like that.
What are you conspiring about over there? You! What's your name?
Oh, don't mind him. Vic's just got a bee in his bonnet. And that bee is me.
Name?
Thane, tell him that your name is in a language he has never heard and cannot pronounce, but he may call you Fane.
Magister Victor looks at you suspiciously, then scrawls something illegible down in a tiny notebook. He scowls at you as he stows the notebook back in his voluminous robes.
Away with you, at once.
Ifan performs an elaborate pantomime of keeping quiet, one finger in front of his lips as he leans back against the wall.
There they are, chat. There's all the companions.
Skip to the part where I reassure you and you shut up.
There's obviously me.
It's a register,
But
sir. Good, good. Magister
playing
Williams
me,
is just
so
about
I
done
can't.
with the last passenger. You faring okay so far?
Tell him you're fine.
Glad to hear it. You head on in now. Williams will get you sorted fast.
Standing at the center of the room, you spot a sorcerer haughtily eyeing a pair of nervous-looking magisters. They keep their crossbow trained upon her as she's being interrogated by an officer.
So you admit it then? You murdered that poor fella?
Yes, I did. But of course, that was only the beginning.
She turns her head and looks you straight in the eye.
There are others whose lives must end.
Good God, the woman's mad. You there, sorcerer, go and fetch Magister Siwan. We need to do more than collar this maniac. We need to shackle her, hands and feet.
It means your journey draws to a close. Do stick around for its finale, though, because
She reaches for her collar and simply removes it.
I'm just about to create a scene.
Subdue her, men, quickly! If she casts Source, the Voidwoken will come. They'll end us all.
She smiles with wicked satisfaction.
Precisely.
Source Blast moment. What can I say?
Mask! She stole it. If these savages see me without it, they will have my skull for a goblet.
And that's why putting on the new hoodie I have, and it perfectly just goes right over my head. Okay. Might as well loot the dead bodies. There we are. Dog. Yes. He's very sad.
Before this thing snaps into splinters.
Free stuff. Bow. More free stuff.
Damn.
Water.
That doesn't bode well.
Free stuff. More free stuff. More free stuff. Okay. More free stuff. More free stuff. I'm gonna go into the store. Can't get one of those barrels, sadly. But it's okay.
Judging from its pungent scent, you recognize the symbol immediately for what it is. A warning of death fog within. You press your palm against the door to open it. Your fingers clack against the wood, and you suddenly feel grey. The touch leaves you numb, dull.
Pull open the door.
It doesn't budge.
Use your key.
The door groans open, but an ashen shadow clouds your mind.
Death fog? Good thing I'm immune. Still, this means trouble.
Yep. Completely immune to all this because I'm a skeleton. The undead don't get affected by it. Alright, time to go up deck. See what there is for me up there. I obviously know what's up there for me, but gone. Actually evaporated. Gonna backslash this guy. Stab him. Gone. Gonna use adrenaline to get 2 more AP. Gonna use that 2 AP to auto over here. Backstab him here. Gonna be nice and low for killing. Should be able to. Oh, I missed. Okay. Oh well. Not that big a deal. Still just dead. Some free healing over here at the very least, which is great for me. There we are. Okay. Just gonna move these barrels way over here so we can get the fire to die down. It'll take a minute. I don't have very much strength, so I can't really throw it very far. Oh, I accidentally picked it up. Hold on. Here we are. Oh, I cannot. Okay. Okay. Wow, I really cannot throw that very far, huh? Here we go. Nice. Free wand, free scroll, free coin, doing all sorts of goodiness. Now I can go down to the boat. Yep, indeed.
Shut your trap, kid. Children and dwarfs first, just like the old stories say.
I like they say that.
The dwarf yanks at one of the nearby ropes to no avail.
Said there were other people down there. We need to help them.
You see those tentacles, kid? It's time for getting the hell out of here.
Called the dwarf a yellow-bellied coward. You'll return to the lower deck and check for survivors.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. There's a ladder right over there. You can go straight down.
You're gonna be the death of us, you hear?
Okay, I kept missing the end. Okay. Go down here. All of our companions will still be trapped down here. The Magister will still be here. I'm gonna murder them. Easy peasy. They don't have anything on them because they already looted them, but none of these guys should have anything. Oh, I guess they have their coins every now and then when they die. Okay.
If you can walk, get yourself up the ladder. There's a... Wait. Voidwoken.
Yes, Voidwoken. Indeed. Perish. Adrenaline. Flurry.
Fearless bugs won't sink the ship on my watch. Warning is mine.
Blind. It's like casting light on somebody.
Let the games begin. They should die easily. Aw. Oh, they have flesh sacrifice. Right. They're an elf.
They smell even worse dead than alive. Let's head above decks for some air.
Oh, I forgot to... Oh, well. Usually whenever the ship crashes down and they all get knocked out, it's very easy to just waddle over and steal all the resurrection scrolls. Since they're companions, all of them, they all start with the resurrection scroll, healing potions, I think, and a backpack. So usually I go steal those, but I forgot to this time. Oh well, not that big of a deal.
I have plans for you, child. Rise.
Honorable Dallas, we lost a ship sailing sorcerer prisoners to Fort Joy. We assume some escaped and broke their collars. Their vile magic lured the Voidwoken. All who were aboard are presumed dead. Yours faithfully into eternity, High Judge Orivan.
Yes, indeed. A wet skeleton. Oh, here we are. We finally made it. Fort Knot. Fort Knot? Yeah, Fort Knot.
Am I the lone survivor?
Fort Knox. This is definitely what this is.
Definition of survivor, of course.
Nah, it's fine. It's fine. It's whatever. I'm
Voidwoken. Those are the same
go
beasts that
attack this
sank
guy.
our ship. Damn. They made it
Very
ashore.
slowly waddling my way over. Oh. Okay, they think they can. Think we can do anything with that, but no. Too bad. I really hate that they do that. It's really annoying. Okay. Stab you. Stab you. Stab you. Adrenaline. Waddle over here. Stab you. There we go.
I thought these bloody collars were supposed to keep those
All in
things
one
at bay.
turn.
Drowned and eaten by a Voidwoken. I wonder in which order.
Yeah. Oh well. Got my first level up though, chat. Look at that. Okay, so we're gonna go finesse. More finesse. For that slight extra damage. It's not that big of a deal. It doesn't really do a whole lot, but it's good. And then we're gonna go. We don't need any more than 2 scoundrel at the beginning of the game like this. So we're gonna go dueling. And then we're gonna go more thievery because it's just the most overpowered skill in the game. Hands down, it is. There's nothing that can beat it. You can't say anything about any other skills. That's just the best. Until you are actually done with needing things, and then just change your build and make it so you have actual good things. Leadership can be really, really good, especially if you're doing a dodge build. Dodge builds are quite fun. You just don't get hit by anything. It's great. Hello, Red Prince.
You spot a strange lizard gazing over the water with a steady, malcontent stare. His skin is of a bright, blood-red color. Could he be... Yes, you recognize him from the ship. It would seem you're not the only one who survived the tentacles of the deep.
Smirk and tell him his slave has come to report for duty.
The lizard turns about with the graceful ease of a dancer, or a duelist. You lock eyes with his, 2 smoldering embers that sizzle your very soul.
And a dutiful servant you are too. Chances are I wouldn't have survived that shipwreck had you not returned to the aid of your master down that dreadful hole. You have my gratitude.
Hand over heart, he salutes you with a bob of the head. More than a nod, though less than a bow.
Tell him you were glad to be of help. Doesn't do to stand by idly by... What? What am I saying? Doesn't do to stand idly by when people are in danger. There we go.
Yes, I'm sure you've all the makings of a hero and all that, but let's not get carried away, shall we? Nevertheless, one good turn does deserve another, so as far as the whole slave business is concerned, let's just forget about it. You may as well have your freedom. Now then, if there's nothing further...
Ask what he's doing here, standing by the rock.
I'm sure I don't mean to sound condescending, but I had thought it quite self-evident I was gazing out over the waves.
He sighs dramatically.
Tell me. What do you see when you cast your glance over this ocean?
Say that you see memories. Childhood days spent in the sun.
Memories. Quite so.
He looks out over the water once more, and so do you. A few tranquil moments pass as the waves lap against your thoughts.
As for myself, when I consider this vast expanse before us, I see an empire. I see continents dotted with mighty cities. And shimmering along the soft curve of the sea's horizon, I picture the palaces that formed my paradise. Lost.
What do you mean by that?
What do you mean, what do I mean? I mean just what I say. I had a very actual empire that I lost.
Suddenly, having all the air of being deeply offended, he stares at you with utter incredulity.
Well, don't just stand there gawking like an ape at an abacus. Or do you really mean to tell me you don't know who I am?
Scholar. A red lizard. That can only mean one thing. He's the notorious Red Prince!
The very same.
Boring.
I am the Red Prince. The All-Conqueror. The World-Tamer. Of course you know me.
There's a brief moment's pause, during which his grandiloquent pose deflates ever so slightly.
That said, I suppose I must own up to the fact that I find myself rather in between all-conquering and world-taming opportunities at the moment. The grandeur that is my fate has hit a bit of a snag. But never you worry. For the throne I was destined, and my throne I shall have.
Invite him to travel with you. Maybe you can help him with his win his throne back.
Truly. A kind offer indeed. And you've already proven to be trustworthy enough. You came back for the others on that ship after all. Fine. I accept. On one condition. For reasons I'll not disclose right now, it is imperative that I should meet with a dreamer. One of the mystics of my kind. I've reason to believe one of them may be present on this island. Promise me we'll look for him, and I'll extend you the blessing of my company.
So you can't promise him exactly, but you'll keep his request in mind.
You do tend to beat around the bush, don't you? Oh well, that wishy-washy answer will have to do then.
Before you go, tell him he should probably know that you're actually undead.
Oh my word, how you do astound me. Come now, did you really think a handful of linen towels can fool me? But don't worry. I have studied the arcane arts for years, including necromancy and demonology. I do not hold the petty prejudices of common folks. In fact, I prefer the exceptional in all things. Your secret is safe with me. So, now that that's settled, first things first. Even if you are as versed in the art of eloquence as I am, that our swords will be doing a lot of the talking from here on out, it goes without saying. As a born fighter, I prefer the perfection of the blade myself. But I'm well acquainted with the secrets of magic, and yes, even subterfuge. What say you? Do not take my elegance as a mask for frailty. My blows shatter shields, and my thrusts pierce armor. If a warrior you need, the warrior you'll have. Very well.
The Red Prince nods and gives you a smile that wavers ever so delicately between courtesy and contempt.
Now, as you're aware, you'll be traveling with a prince. Proper forms of address include Your Majesty, Your Royal Highness, or if you're feeling particularly frivolous, Milord. As your luck would have it, I seem to be fresh out of luggage, so you won't be required to carry my belongings. Of course, there are other forms of protocol to bear in mind, but I'll see to it you'll pick up the rest as we go. So, without further ado, let us be off!
Okay. So I wanted to pick him up because he can dig without needing a shovel. I don't remember where you get the shovel in this game. I know you can get it somewhat early on, just by existing. I don't know. But I don't know where it is. I don't remember. So I'm just going to use him, and that's just going to work. I'm going to have to work.
Ah, hello, small, furry creature. How do you do?
Thought there was a diggy place around here. What happened?
I've spotted something.
Oh, yeah, there it is.
One must put in due effort if one is to reap the proper reward.
There we are. Got some better armor. There we go. Now we should just go to the Magister's place of the Fort Joy. There's gonna be a whole shebang here.
But I know nothing of any Verdus.
Stay back, sorcerer, and stay silent. Our Godwoken speaks.
We know you've been helping sorcerers escape, Atusa. We have proof.
I'd sooner cut my tongue out than lie to you, Alexander. I know nothing of any escapees.
If you can tell the Godwoken no more, your tongue is of no use. Cut it out.
This can't be serious, Alexander. Come.
You should know by now to obey your superior, Magister, whatever she may ask.
Make yourself small. You'd rather not get noticed.
Atusa pinches the tip of her tongue with 2 fingers and brings her dagger to its root. Her eyes squeeze shut. Drops of blood form against the dagger's edge and quickly fall to the ground. She groans.
Stop! My father, may his soul rest in peace, would be disappointed in you, Atusa. To think you would lie to his only son, your bishop, and your friend these many years. The fate of our realm hangs in the balance. If you will not help us save it, then you will help the Void destroy it. Dallas?
Yes, Your Holiness?
I believe we're done here.
Gone.
What a waste. Come, we'll be needed elsewhere.
Free
The
loot.
Lizard Magister, or what's left of her, lies in a puddle of gore.
Well, that was certainly a messy display of dominance.
She was a lizard, yet a magister. No matter her reasons, her penalty was fair.
Oh well.
Come on then, Lexi. Pay up.
This is not your business, Long.
Don't let this moss muncher talk to you like that. Especially a cheapskate like this one. Griff already knows she don't like to pay her fair share.
An intense-looking man steps between the thug and the elf and rolls up his sleeves, revealing well-muscled and heavily scarred arms. You recognize him. It's Ifan, who you met aboard the ship on the way here.
Just stand aside, won't you, mate? This is no business of yours.
Lone wolves decide their own business.
The thug freezes in fear for a moment, before shuffling back to the protection of his crony.
Pay up, elf. No one shorts Griff, especially not one of you.
Asked why the elf owes him money.
Everyone in camp's got to contribute. For food, for protection, no exceptions. Especially not for elves. Griff's orders.
Food? Protection? I have neither.
Ask after this Griff.
Runs the kitchen. Means he runs me, you, and everyone else in camp.
Stand beside Ifan and tell the thug to back off.
Burrow looks you both up and down, sizing up your combined threat.
Ah, get out of here. The both of you. You ain't worth the sweat of my brow anyhow.
The elf smiles and bows to you in thanks.
Follow me, before more of them trouble us. There is a safe place.
Watermelon. Okay, so she's gonna go, but I'm gonna talk to Ifan.
Ifan rolls his sleeves back down. He nods at you, the shadow of a smile on his lips.
Good work there. Good work. I can tell you've got chops. Say, you were on the ship here with me, weren't you?
He stretches out one rough hand to shake yours.
Tell him you're not much of a handshaker.
Suit yourself. Probably wise, given the rashes you can pick up around this place.
Yo,
Say,
cat.
You don't look all that busy now that we're safely on dry land. I could use someone to watch my back, and it looks like you could use someone to watch yours. I've just got a small errand to run, and then I'll be looking to get the hell out of here while I've still got a neck to collar. How about we stick together until we get out of this place?
Say the thugs were afraid when he mentioned lone wolves. What are they?
He shrugs, looking off to the side.
Mercenaries. It's a job. My job.
Ask him about that errand he mentioned earlier. It sounds highly suspicious.
Everyone needs to make a living. I make mine running errands.
The little black cat trailing you hisses at him, hair raising a ridge along its back. Without batting an eyelid, the man rumbles a lupine growl. The cat hides behind your leg, mewling.
Shrug. We all do what we have to do to survive.
That's the truth. For me, for you, for everyone in this place. Why not help each other get out of here?
You're keen to get out of here. How does he think that'll happen?
The usual way. Haphazard, terrifying, and drenched in blood. Haven't quite worked out the details yet, but I'll wager it'll be no worse than what'll happen if we stay put. 2 heads are better than 1, and when push comes to shove, 4 fists are better than 2, right?
Nod.
He grins, sharp teeth glittering in the midday sun.
So, before we hit the road, it's best if we decide battle strategies up front. Should keep more of our blood in. Survival's my main priority. I'll use every trick in the book to keep us alive. But if a wayfarer's not what you're after, I've got other skills. What do you need? Can do. Onwards.
He scans the horizon for threats with one green eye, then nods back at you.
Right you are. Lead the way.
Yep. This guy's whole thing is to kill Bishop Alexander. If anyone wants to read this, they can, but I'm going to move on. I've already seen it 1,000 times.
Time to find this Boris fellow.
Who's Boris? I always forget. There we are.
Ah, you've read my contract. What does that look in your eye mean?
Beam with excitement and say, "We're killing Alexander."
He raises an eyebrow and folds his arms, appraising you.
Me, not you. It's my contract.
And?
But you can come along for the ride.
Nod. It won't be easy, but you'll be help. But you'll help.
Good to know. And likewise, with whatever errands of your own you have.
Indeed.
Amidst a crowd of screws, bolts, and scraps of metal, the woman is manipulating a glove-like contraption fitted with 5 long metal skewers. She doesn't look up as you approach.
And what you after?
Fane, this creature seems to be technically minded. Loudly wonder if she could fashion a face ripper for you. Yeah, interesting.
Come again?
Sigh. Bloody, simple-minded creatures slowly and loudly explain that you need to rip the faces from other creatures. Circle her own face with your fingers to demonstrate. Going to go for this one. Patiently explain the schematics, the cutting blades, the skin hooks, all the apparatus needed to remove the facial skin from a humanoid.
You another friend of Niles? I told that Magister freak to get back to his little dungeon in the keep, and I'll tell you the same.
No.
Now get the hell out of my face!
Okay, but this is the necromancer summon person. Nothing too good yet. There's Losa.
Hey, I know you.
Losa, the dark-eyed jokester you met aboard the ship, waves enthusiastically and dips into a mock elegant curtsy.
Back then I was Madame Josephine Gribbles de Pube. And you were you. Glad to see you made it. Nothing like a nice tentacle slap across the moor to set the tone for the week, eh? How'd you escape?
Say you're not sure. You fell into the water and were nearly lost.
Me too. Did you hear something? When you were in the water, I mean.
Nod. Tell her there was a strange voice. It seemed to want you alive. To survive. Whatever.
I heard the same thing. Do you know what this means? It means I'm not the only.
Losa's voice catches in her throat. The joy drains from her face. Her eyes lose focus, and her whole body goes rigid. She is stock still, waxy skinned, her eyes dark. Greyish-black veins run from her eyes down her cheeks. Her head snaps to you mechanically, and her eyes lock with yours, dark pupils dilated into great black voids. Light suddenly flashes back into her face. The grey veins drain to pinkish flesh, and her whole body relaxes.
Anyway, what were we talking about?
Tell her you were discussing the shipwreck.
Oh, yeah. It was a shipwreck, all right. Not much more to say about it, I guess. Papa Joris used to tell me, Losa, he'd say, Losa, you ever find yourself in a sinking ship, follow the rats. They'll find you a way out. Applies to a lot of situations, actually. Vermin tend to know what's what.
Ask if she can explain what she was doing just a moment ago. Tell her the name sounds familiar.
I've been in a few shows around Reaper's Coast. Might be you saw a poster or a flyer. Might be you even heard about the, incident.
Tell her to go on. What incident?
Well, I was giving this concert up on Overlook Hill. There was a great crowd. They were really feeling it. But I guess it was too good. I had me a little source flare-up. Everyone went a bit, I don't know, wild, rabid. I snapped out of it before anyone got hurt, but the Magisters caught me backstage afterwards.
Nod. They got you after the source manifested too.
Really? Are you hospitable too?
Waggle a rakish eyebrow and ask if she's implying you should make yourself at home.
Ha! What I mean is, look, you've never been a host, right? That's because you're like a clump of leaves on the side of the road. That ain't bad, though. I'd give just about anything to be like you. But I'm a roadside inn. Red door, flowers out front, friendly lady at the door beckoning you in for half price. Like a goddamn gold star inn for the disembodied.
So you understand her better than she thinks.
She gives you a searching look.
You seem pretty well adjusted.
Tell her that looks can be deceiving.
Ain't that just the truth? So, how are you enjoying the joy?
Say the Magisters hauled you in. Something about the danger to yourself and society.
Yeah, same story here. Reckon in my case, they might actually be right, though. So, you want to check this place out together? Strength in numbers and all that.
Say that it sounds like a good idea.
It does, right? Before we head out, I've got more than a few tricks up my sleeve, so you'll have to pick which one I'll pull out if, when, push comes to shove. Lately I've been into the enchanting arts, but I can shoot, slash, summon, steal, whatever your little black heart desires. So, what'll it be?
Sounds racist.
Sounds fine. So, we're good to go? Yeah? Well, that was easier than I thought. And I'll do my best to stay myself. Lead the way.
Tell her there's one more thing she should know before you continue. You're not totally, alive.
Well, duh. I'm sure that disguise will fool most people, but I'm a very sensitive and discerning soul.
Yes.
Most fleshy folks aren't really alive anyway. Don't sweat it. Or whatever. whatever it is you do. Now, let's go.
Yeah.